Do you have anything going on?
Because it's almost Valentine's Day, we should talk about love.
We always talk about dating. It's making me so annoyed. Let's just start, okay? Okay. Welcome to episode 14 of
I Hate Your Opinion.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wait, Philip was just saying we were thinking about topics and he said we should think of something for Valentine's Day, and I was telling him I'm so annoyed because we always talk about dating and getting married and stuff like that. But low-key, why is it kind of fitting? Because February 14.
You're right, episode 14 for February 14.
Yeah.
And technically this is season 2, so 2:14.
Okay. It's not, you just keep saying it's season 2, but like, it's really not. Like, we don't have enough for something to be season 2. The only thing that's different is our thumbnails. That's it.
And also our attitude. Is it different?
Your attitude. I'm the same, dude. Okay.
Well, I'm stumped
so
regarding a topic to talk about.
Well, then make up a topic, because you said you want to talk about something related to Valentine's Day.
All right. Well, for those who celebrate Valentine's Day, what are your plans? Like,
for those who celebrate.
Is Valentine's Day just another scam of a holiday? Just like you know how everything's commercialized and it's designed to make you spend money? Is Valentine's Day just one of those, or does it have a legitimate origin?
I think it had a legitimate origin, but people capitalize on everything, so it doesn't really matter if it had an origin. You know what I mean?
You know how Christmas?
It's like some saint called Valentine.
Exactly, right? Is Valentine's Day technically a Christian holiday because it's a saint?
I'll look it up. While you think of something to say about it, why do you keep bringing this up? Why are you bringing up?
Because you know how like people get butthurt about saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas and stuff, but some people genuinely will prefer to say Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas because they don't celebrate Christmas because it's not their religion of choice. Does that mean they also can't celebrate Valentine's Day? Do Muslims celebrate Valentine's Day? Do Jewish people celebrate Valentine's Day? These are the real questions I want to know.
It's not. Ancient Rome.
Ancient Rome?
From February 13 to 15, the Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia. The men sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped women with the hides of the animals they just slain.
Whipped women?
Yes.
Wow.
Young women would line up for the men to hit them. They believed this would make them fertile. The ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. Emperor Claudius II executed 2 men, both named Valentine, on February 14th of different years in the 3rd century. Their martyrdom was honored by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day.
It's a Catholic tradition.
They combined St. Valentine's Day with Lupercalia to expel the pagan rituals. It was a little more of a drunken revel, but Christians put clothes back on it. They didn't stop it from being... Who's Lenski? Some guy named Lenski. What the heck?
How come no one talks about the origin of Valentine's Day? Why did I just learn about this now?
Why are they like whipping... I mean, it said that the Romans' celebrations were violent. So eventually the tradition... Oh, hold on. I've skipped a bunch.
But okay. It's like how has
it started in 1913? That's
Roman really? But that like Roman
the official,
tradition
commercializing of it
has just been morphed into something unrecognizable. Like back in the day, it was like it had culture to it, and now you just spend money, you know.
What do you mean culture? You want to whip women? Of course you would.
Don't put that on me.
Around the same time, Normans celebrated Gallatin's Day. Gallatin meant lover of women. That was likely confused with St. Valentine's Day at some point, in part because they sounded alike. As the years went on, the
Oh,
holiday grew
Galentine is a real
sweeter.
word.
Gallatin, it's Gallatin.
Gallatin.
Chaucer and Shakespeare romanticized it in their work, and it gained popularity throughout Britain and the rest of Europe. Handmade paper cards became the tokens du jour in the Middle Ages, and then I guess the tradition made its way to where it's like all about the cards, and then now it's Valentine's Day. I'm kind of after
Interesting.
reading all that, I'm kind of glad I'm not celebrating it. It's kind
You
of
don't
lame
celebrate
and kind of
Valentine's
scary.
Day?
It kind of freaks me out now.
Hmm.
Well, every Valentine's Day, my mom would always make me like a little gift. She'd like put stuff together and write me a little note, and then like when I was in college, she would send me some things for Valentine's Day. When I lived at home in high school, there would always be something like waiting for me downstairs for Valentine's Day. So I kind of look forward to Valentine's Day each year, not because of a man, but because my mom always gives me a little gift. And I love being loved by my mom.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, okay? I love love. I think it's very obvious at this point. But romantic love, that's not much for me.
You know, I actually don't like I love love. I don't like it. And I'm
Why?
specifically talking about romantic love. I don't like the idea of loving romantic love. Because that just sounds like you're like addicted to being
Let me
in
chew
love,
on
you
that a
know?
little bit. Explain why you don't like. Because I think I agree with you just based on like face value. Explain why
Yeah.
you don't like it.
Because I feel like you should love someone, right? I don't think if it's a romantic way, like I love
Oh, you shouldn't love
person
the
A.
concept.
Yeah. Because if you just love being in love, then you're just gonna be loving all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of like if someone was like, I get it. From a romantic perspective, if someone was just like, I love love, it's kind of like, okay, so it doesn't matter that you're specifically with me. That's kind of messed up. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. But you
No,
know
that
what,
makes
Maddie?
sense.
I think
Like if you're saying it
I
to your
think you're
partner.
right. I think you're right that just because it's Valentine's Day, we don't need to talk about love. So maybe we shouldn't talk about love.
Or are you're getting like turned off by your own idea of just talking about it.
Mm,
That's kind of funny. No, that's
let's talk
true.
about let's talk about the under discussed concept of romantic depression. I've been
Friendship.
developing this
Oh.
theory.
Oh, yes, you
Romantic
have been. You wrote
depression.
this in our notes
Yes.
a while ago. Go ahead
Yes.
and speak about it because I
Yeah.
also don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you I came up with this idea of romantic depression because depression is symptomized. The symptoms of depression are that you lose interest in your activities that you used to be interested in, right? Right? Do you agree, Maddie?
I mean, maybe it's the case for most people. Continue.
Yeah. And then there's like many things that depression does, right? Like but I think when romance goes wrong, or maybe not even wrong, but I feel like sometimes the symptoms of a romance are the same as the symptoms of depression. And I think it can cause, I think it's just something that people need to be aware of, you know, like that's why you shouldn't love love. Like, do you love being depressed? I don't think you should love being depressed. So, what do you think about
I feel
this
like, but doesn't
concept?
depression also come with like I don't know the exact definition, but I think um
It's sort of like
I,
a self, like, I don't want to use any triggering words, but like depression comes with a certain types of thought, right? And then romance also comes with thoughts not about yourself. You stop thinking about yourself and you're just starting to think about another person. So it's like you start neglecting yourself and your own life. What do you think about
well,
that?
that's true, but I think that's just unhealthy. Like that's the case in an unhealthy romantic relationship, I think. Would you disagree?
Yeah, I agree. That's unhealthy.
So I feel like your theory or your hype, this theory that you have, this like analogy you have is only like plausible in like a toxic kind of situation.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think maybe like what you're talking about, like this romantic depression and like being in a romantic relationship and being depressed, it comes with a certain type of like obsession that makes you neglect yourself. I think that's like the connecting like line. It's like when you're depressed, you kind of lose focus of how to live your life normally. I think when you're obsessed with like your partner in a relationship, you lose yourself as well. So I feel like that's what you're coming up with. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't say being in a romantic relationship and being depressed are like synonymous.
I'm not saying they're synonymous, but I think they're like you know how people say love and hate are two sides of the same coin, right?
I think it
Like
is.
they're like yeah, and I kind of think like
I
romance and
think I know
depression
it.
are also kind of two sides of the same coin.
Not romance and like you can like have romance, but be like make it have it be completely healthy. Are you rage baiting me right now, bro?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I feel like you're rage baiting me. Like,
I'm not rage baiting.
um, I feel like you are. Uh, I to me, love and hate are two sides of the same coin because when you love someone, you like put all your attention and your focus and like your effort and your breath. You waste all your breath on them, right? It's the same thing for hating somebody. Like someone who bullies you, like a school bully. Like they're spending their time, effort, and like mental headspace to like think of you. Like it's kind of the same thing, you know? And I think that's what you're saying is when you're depressed, all your headspace is towards this one thing. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. Oh my gosh, no one likes me. Oh my gosh, right? Like all this stuff. Something external outside of you. Or it's even like, oh, I'm so this, I'm so that, right? And then when you're in a romantic relationship, you're always like, what can I do for this person? How do I make them like me? How do I like what else do people think? But you're not the kind of person to think that stuff, I thought. What do you like depressed about in a like what would you be depressed about in a romantic relationship?
Mm, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the symptoms of romance and depression are similar, and I think
But what
both
symptoms
when you're
can you say some of
depressed,
the symptoms from
when you're
romance?
mm, like everything else starts to matter less. Like you stop caring about your job. You start getting fat, right?
That's true. What is that called?
You
Something
start
weight? I
neglecting
forgot.
yourself because both when you're depressed and when you're in a romance, sometimes the value of your own life goes down, right?
But I think
And
that's
for
only if
different
you're
reasons.
I think that's only if like you're in a toxic romance, a bad romance as Lady Gaga would put it. I don't think any romance like if you have like insecurities or like, you know, your self-esteem is kind of low, maybe that would be the same as being in a romance. But like you can live with it and you're not
But
depressed.
maybe maybe even in a
But if
good
you're a
romance, 'cause,
bad
like, in a
romance,
sense, you're willing to,
allegedly.
the value of your own life goes down because you're willing to like lay it for someone else, right? So it's like a different way of your own life's value going down.
I can
That's not
see where
necessarily
you're coming
only
from,
toxic.
but
Yeah,
I feel like it's not really 1 to 1. I feel like it's a 1 to like 5.
that's
A
fine.
little
That's
bit
fine. This is
removed
not.
from like the 1 to 1, you know?
I am just a mere person with a podcast. I don't have any higher education or anything. I just, I
Wait, dude.
just, what?
People with podcasts do not have any super higher education because if they did, they wouldn't be having a podcast.
What do you mean?
They'd be in like, never mind.
Everyone has a podcast nowadays.
Yeah, all these people have nothing else better to do.
Anyway,
Okay,
this is just
I want
my
to go back.
contribution
Yeah,
to the psychology world. Like if you're a psychologist and
sure.
you want to explore this concept of romantic depression, like please, you don't even need to credit me. Just make it known. Make it known. All right, let's go somewhere else. Let's move away from
No, but
rah
I
rah
wanted
rah
to
rah
talk
romance.
about loving love.
Loving love? Okay, go ahead.
What do you think my rationale for that is, or like my reasoning? If you had to guess, knowing me,
Knowing what's your rationale for what?
like why do I love love? Like what about love do I love so much? What do you think? Quiz. What would I say?
Um, I think love makes you feel worthy, and love, um, I don't know. Why are you quizzing me?
That's all you can say? Dude, I feel like every episode I give some kind of like great analysis of you and all you can say is one word. What am I? Nothing to you? Love is, I think you're right. It does make me feel worthy. It's definitely undeserved. I think it's always a choice. I think love happens when it's the hardest to love, right? Like if someone's really nice to you, of course it's easy to love them. So I wouldn't even say that's real love, right? But when something goes bad and someone still loves you, I think that is so meaningful and impactful, right? And I see it in all of my relationships. Like my mom, I've been mean to my mom before, and my mom's been mean to me, but I still love her and she still loves me. And all my friends, and I mentioned this before, I'm mean to Philip, and allegedly he still loves me and cares about me. And all these things that I don't deserve, love, these actions, these words, I don't deserve any of it, and yet I still receive it, and I just love love. I just love the power of love, and yeah.
I don't love love. And I think
I know you don't.
from this comes from like
Yeah, I
getting
don't think you
older,
do.
getting older and like learning more about
Really, I
love.
feel like when I got older, I love love more.
But I'm like talking more about romantic love. Like I just like I
But what
cannot.
about love for your family and your friends? Like I feel like that's so much stronger than romantic love. Like who freaking cares about romantic love? No offense.
No. Okay. I
A
do
lot of
love
people.
love. That's like
That's the answer.
family love and friend love. I love love. That is family love and friend love. But romantic love is like it's so deceptive. Like it's the snakiest of all the loves, I think. Don't you think so? Like
I think it's I agree. I agree. I don't like the idea of romantic love. Like if you can say, "Oh, I love romantic love, but I'm whatever about friend or family love." I feel like you just like the shallow version of love. Like, I feel like family and friend love, once your romantic love becomes on that level, then that's what's good, right? Like, when you're, like, tied to somebody, like, your blood, right? Obviously, like, you kind of have to go back to them. But one of the reasons why I think friendship love is so underrated is because it's like you can cut off a friend whenever you want. Like, you don't have to see them at family gatherings or whatever. But like, if you continually choose to like care about them and be their friend in spite of like bad things, arguments or like bad things that they do to you, like, isn't that true love, right? Once you're in a relationship, like if you continue to like again with a partner, you can like just cut it off, be like, oh, I'm breaking up with you. Like, I didn't like that you did this, right? But once you can continually to like you made a commitment and you continually choose to like love that person, then I think it becomes on the level of like friend and familial love. What is it called? The word in the other language.
Agape.
I forgot.
Eros.
Uh no, it's filio, I think. Phileo or something. That's like family and friend love.
Okay.
But agape is like the higher level one. Anyways, I agree with you. I think like if someone's like, I love love, like I love when people are in love. Who cares? No offense.
Yeah, I agree. Who cares? I think it's a red flag.
What do you mean when it's like a snake? Do you think it's a red flag when someone says I love love but they only mean about romantic love? They're like, I love The Notebook
so.
and I love what are other famous romantic movies?
Twilight.
Dude, I tried watching Twilight one time. I like fell asleep. I'm so sorry to all the Twilight fans out there. I fell asleep. I think
I don't
of
know
The
what
Notebook.
happens in Twilight. Does she end up with the vampire or the werewolf?
I don't know. I never read it and I never watched it. My apologies to everybody. Yeah. I think like Frozen makes me cry when Anna sacrifices herself for Elsa. Oh my gosh. And then it's kind of like when the princesses fall in love, it's kind of like whatever. But when Rapunzel finds her mom and dad again, I'm like tearing up right now. Okay, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
Sorry, Philip's SD card became full. I had to help him troubleshoot.
Sorry, guys.
I don't really remember what we were talking about, but I was saying why I loved love. And then it kind of trailed off because you don't really listen to me. So we can start anew. I was watching last week's episode, and anytime I like say a joke or like say something kind of funny, like you just like pause for 2 seconds and then you say okay, and then you just start talking about whatever you want, like whatever you were originally talking about. Like there's no like reaction or something unless you like actually find it funny, which I feel is kind of rude. So I think you need some better reactions. Like I feel like I'm the fun one and you're like the bland one.
Okay.
See?
I don't know what to say to that.
You don't have good reactions. Like if you were on a Korean variety show, they'd hate you. Dude, your internet keeps cutting out. Like you keep pausing and I don't know what you're doing.
I thought it was you, but I guess it's me that's the problem. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think I'm just an honest person.
Why are your reactions so bad? You need to find a little bit more zest for life.
A little more zest. I think I have enough of that already.
Find some more joy. Like, I feel like I mentioned to Philip earlier today when I was watching the last episode, like, is it bad to say that I enjoy when I'm, like, laughing in the podcast? Like, you know how when people hear themselves, like, talk or laugh, they're like, oh my gosh, it sounds so bad. But when I hear my laugh, I feel like I'm, like, watching, like, somebody I love, like, have joy, right? And maybe that's a little, like, self-centered of me, but it makes me feel so good to see me, like, laugh and enjoy myself, you know? from like from an outside perspective. And maybe, you know what it makes me feel like a little bit? Maybe I am lovable. Maybe I do have hope, you know? Okay, yeah, it's not me. Look, at my internet's good. Go to fast.com and check your internet.
Fast.com. This is
Gonna
a
be like
rough one.
48.
This is a rough episode. I think the topics we're talking about,
Why?
the internet speed is fast. It says it's fast.
Okay, that's
But I don't
strange.
know. I guess talking about love is like a difficult topic because I don't know. I think like what I want from love is like something so transcendent that it's like hard to describe. But then I feel like people
Like, can
think
you
that
even
they're
describe
in
it? That's my question.
like
Can you even describe what you think it would feel like, or what it would even look like if you had that kind of love? Like, what would you feel like? What would you be doing? What would this person be doing? What would this, you know?
I think ideally like it wouldn't matter what they're doing, like
Or
if you're
like,
at that
what do
point.
you imagine it would feel like? What do you imagine you could do if you had this like transcendent type of love, you know? Not like physically do, but like, you know, you could have more confidence, or you could, you know, not worry about something. Because
I
I
have no
feel like
idea.
when I realized how loved I was, I feel like I experienced that transcendent type of love. Like once I like
Mm.
realized that and I had my epiphany, like I feel like so many of like like my shackles like became like broken. You know that meme of that guy at sunset and his chains are broken like this? That's what I feel like.
I think I have felt that before, but I think it's like I think immigrants are so nerfed when it comes to love because the rest of
But
your
you're
extended
not
family.
we were born here, dude. And you're an adult. Maybe you're not an old adult, so maybe you'll discover it later. But are you saying immigrants like you're saying it's because of your parents?
mm, no, I think what I'm trying to say is like when you're surrounded by like a big family and then like they're all pouring in love, like you feel like, oh my gosh, like this is my blood, like no one can stop me. But then I think my immigrant experience is like we're so far removed from the love of our like extended family that like sometimes it's hard to feel. And then so it's just like your own nuclear family, and that's like the love you gotta
Mm.
thrive. But then like you're always like fighting with your nuclear family.
Are you like so
So
you don't have all your like aunts and uncles and grandpas and grandmas are in Korea?
yeah,
Like your cousins and stuff? Mm. I
yeah.
was very blessed to have all my grandparents um live in California, and I had like a lot of my uncles and aunts are also here. I never had any cousins, so me and my sister were always very spoiled.
You don't have any
But I agree.
cousins?
I think immigrant love is, yeah, no, I don't. Until
Wait, that's
recently,
kind of
but
sad.
yeah, I mean, I like you know when you're a kid, like you find when you're like young and naive, you find anything to be resentful about. And I was always really sad to like a lot of parts of my family like made me sad, like when my parents got divorced, or like a lot of people in my family got divorced, not having any cousins, and it's just me and my sister. um but in reality, like we were so loved and we had each other, and like I think that's why I'm like so grateful for my sister. But yeah, like I was sad that I had no cousins, because I would see people like, I'm gonna go hang out with my cousin, I'm gonna like, it's like, dang, there are other kids in your family. And then like when we were at family gatherings, they would always pick on us and make us do like funny things like dance and stuff, like little monkeys. But I agree, I think hindsight is 2020. I was very blessed to have all my more family with me. um And I also agree with you that immigrants, it's difficult for them to like love in a more obvious and expressive way. I'm also lucky that my parents like were raised in America, so they're very like Americanized, and I obviously ingrained in them were like Korean culture ways, but what I appreciate is that they would sometimes they would use it as a guilt trip. They'd tell me like I'm like my mom would never do this for me. Like I'm trying to be better for you and stuff like that. And I'd be like, damn, it's not making me feel better though, you know? Like my mom would always take me shopping and do big Christmas and like stuff like that, you know. Like my parents never that. So I get what you're saying. And I think I was very blessed to have my family, whatever. But continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you with my own life.
No, I mean, I think that makes sense. I think like yes, like I am still so loved, but maybe I just sometimes just don't see it, right? Like it's the ones that are closest to you
I
is like the
agree.
ones that you ignore, you know. But that's all I have to
Yes,
say.
I agree.
Should we go to the mailbox?
I feel like, oh, true. I'm so sorry. We are at 30 minutes though, so that's kind of perfect. And I think it's okay
Good,
with the
good.
mailbox if we go over. Do you have it up?
I do.
Okay. What's the?
All
It's
right.
it's in order, right?
Yeah. Should I go?
Yeah. Can
All
you
right. We
highlight the
have a
ones that we already
question
did?
from semi-curious selfish.
Shellfish.
Semi-curious, eh? Oh, shellfish.
Shellfish.
Shellfish. As I'm aware, you guys are
She sells
both
seashells by
thinking
the
of
seashore. She
moving
sells
in the
seashells.
future. What cities would you like to move to and why? Um, you're thinking of moving, Maddie?
No, I like it here.
No.
Everybody,
Who
the
is,
city that
yeah,
I
this,
live in,
yeah.
the city that I live in, I love it. Everybody knows I love this city. Contrary, a lot of people don't like the city, but I love it. But I think a lot of the reason why I love it is because my family. I just want to, honestly, whenever anyone asks me about where I want to move, I just want to move somewhere where, like, I have people that I love. Like, when I was at school, it was kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I loved being there because I'm just surrounded by people who I love and who love me. So to me, it doesn't really matter where I go. I liked when I visited. Obviously, I like California because I'm just a California girl. I listened to that song today. California girls.
California girl, they're undeniable.
Hi. Yeah. I don't really fit any of the things that they described in that song, but I definitely am a California girl. So I like NorCal. San Francisco is nice. I would never move to New York because I do not like it there. It's too many people and too dirty and too loud and too crowded. I love the suburbs. So anywhere that's a suburb, I would move there. Your turn.
Um, I don't really know. Like, I'll move anywhere. Like, at this point, I
Even back
just,
home?
oh yeah, I'll move back home. Why not?
Really? Come back, come back. And we could do
Yeah.
in-person podcasts.
I don't know. I don't know. But I guess what I've realized is I can make it anywhere. If I can make it here, maybe that's a bit of an
That's
exaggeration,
true.
but you know,
But you were
I'm
quite
resilient.
in spite of a lot of the difficulties in the beginning, you have
Yeah.
persevered.
Yeah. And like I found a great community, so that's awesome. Let's move on. Okay.
Okay.
The next question is from Loving Carebear. If you had to completely eliminate either your immediate family or all your friends and peers from your life, which would you pick? You would lose them all permanently via instantaneous heart attacks all at once, and you would remember everything. Smiley face.
Who the hell
Loving
would
Care
write
Bear, what
that?
kind of psycho are you? I don't know about this question. What do you think, Maddie? Are you thinking?
Dude, I feel like...
Are you sad?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna cry. This is a terrible question. I'm legitimately like crying right now. I don't want that to happen. I'm not even on my period anymore. I don't want that to happen.
Maddie.
I wanna...
Maddie.
Oh my gosh. It transported me to a terrible world. Do you see me cry?
The tears are streaming down your face. This is crazy. Wow.
It would have to be my friends. But I think I would I don't know. That's so sad. And now my makeup is ruined. Can you just answer the question? Let's hurry up. And I don't want to do this
Okay.
one anymore.
You know, I mean, I would definitely put Maddie out of her misery. Just kidding.
Wait, yeah. Dude, it would happen like I would go first and then you would have to go second. I'd be like, wait, but then you would die.
But imagine.
So you would have to go first and just kill me, so I don't have to do that.
I don't even hear what you're saying. What the heck is wrong with our sound? But imagine like you're getting ready to press a button to say goodbye to all your friends, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, Maddie, it's okay, just do it. Like, save your family. Things are gonna be okay. It's like, okay, goodbye to all my close friends, and you press a button, but I'm just still alive. Because I don't need the cut of your close friends or something. What if that happened?
Wait, did they say all my friends?
It says
All my friends and peers.
all your
Like,
friends and peers.
I mean, like,
Maddie, you don't. Yeah.
logically, I would have to kill all my friends because because I can only have one family, but I can make more friends, I guess.
It sounds evil when you say it like that.
Dude, I'm like genuinely crying. Like, thinking about all my friends going away, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
This episode freaking sucks.
It's pretty devastating, yeah. Because, like, all my friends,
And it's
like,
not
that's
even
so
real,
many
like,
people.
it's just a question. And my heart is, like, breaking right now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who asked this question? Give me... I don't even think I'm ready to go to the next question.
I think we need to move on. But I agree. I would also dispatch all my friends, unfortunately. But it's okay, Maddie. They are still here. This is such a blessing. Like we're realizing how much we treasure our friends.
Why is my imagination like just so vivid? It like transports me to this world, or I have to make a decision. Do you ever do that? Like, you're in the shower and you're like imagining a scenario, like if you had to, like, if your sister was like falling off into a volcano, like your mom and your sister, and you have to pick one, and all of a sudden you're just like bawling your eyes out in the shower, and it's not even real. It's just a scenario you made up in your head.
Yeah.
No, like, don't say yeah, because I know that doesn't happen to you.
I think
Dude.
what happens to me is, like, if I'm waiting to get picked up by my mom and she's not coming, I'm just sitting on the swing and waiting
you
for her.
imagine...
And then
Do you imagine something
like,
bad
all the car
happened?
crashes. Yeah. And then she's late.
Dude, that's what happens when you wouldn't answer me last time. Like, I legitimately... I told you, I was only like 35% on the verge of tears. But that's what happened. Okay, can we just go to the next one?
But I think what was interesting is like what person's faces flash through your mind when you're thinking about all the friends that died.
No, you know what? I like genuinely. I'm a very visual person. The thing that flashed in my mind was the word "friends," and I just started crying.
The word friends.
Like,
That's pretty creepy.
yes. Whenever you like hear something or you're trying to memorize something, like I imagine like the number in my head when I'm trying to remember something. So it's just like the word that flashed. It was in the color orange, by the way. I can't do this anymore.
Okay. Yeah. All right, next question. Would you, from Smiling Chihuahua, would you guys ever have guests on your podcast?
Yeah, sure. I think it
Sure.
would be kind of difficult for the way that we record stuff, but I think yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the easiest if one person was in person with one of us, so that we don't have to teach them how we record and stuff like that. They don't have to do a lot of work. So yes, we would definitely have guests. If you want to be a guest, um,
Submit it in the form.
just message one of us or submit it in the form
Yeah.
with your name. And we'll definitely have you on
Yeah.
for sure. It's more content. Let's continue.
All right. Not flirting with you, just curious said, what is your guys' ideal first date if someone were to take you on one?
Where to take you on one? Spelled it wrong. My apologies. I always said like my ideal like date wise, I love amusement parks, but I wouldn't do that with someone I just met. So I wouldn't ideal first date. It would just be like eating a meal probably. Cause like it's like if I'm doing a craft, I'm too invested in the craft. Like I have to just be talking to this person. So just anywhere we can just talk.
But that's kind of boring, don't you think? Don't they? I think they want a more
But a first
spicy
date,
answer.
I think a first date should be like you scope out this potential person. But on any date, I really like amusement parks. And it sounds so strange, but one of my favorite parts about the amusement parks is waiting in the line. Like another thing that I really like is like when you're in a car, when you're going to a far place. I love like the long car ride. Cause like you can just spend time with that person and you're stuck, you know? So, but what do you mean spicy? Like, do you have a spicy answer for this question?
I don't. But I do have an answer. I think my ideal
Yeah,
first
what's your
date
answer?
is somewhere that is exactly in between our locations. You know, like it shows equal investment and splitting the
That's the
bill.
lamest answer I've ever heard. That's worse than my answer. My ideal location is a location equidistant from our abodes. Our come on, man. Why is that so important to you though? Like you should just go to a
I don't
what about like
know.
a restaurant?
I don't know. Restaurant. But you know, like what they say is like you just have to be real. Like if you're poor, like you should not take someone out to a fancy restaurant if you're poor. Because like you're
Yeah,
just
that's kind
lying.
of
You're basically lying.
biting
Yeah.
off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't know. You know, she can take me to
what
Chipotle.
do you mean she
I
can
think that
take
would
you
be.
to?
Well, it says if they were to take me on a first date, I'm assuming that I'm getting taken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would not say no to a Chipotle date. Like anyone could ask me. You could be the most chopped person in the world. Like, hey, you wanna chat over some Chipotle? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like it's so like chill and like no pressure. And like I do have my own order that I always get at Chipotle that I know is gonna come out good. So I think that would be pretty chill. But I don't know if I would want Chipotle because you know how Chipotle, like when it's all ingredients all mixed together, it starts like tasting a little like barfy. And also, I don't know. Maybe not Chipotle. Maybe pho.
Pho is so good. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought about it a little more. My ideal
What?
one, like if I had to like lay it out, I think it'd be nice if this person put a lot of effort into it. So I said eating. So maybe something like, okay, to be honest, I was gonna say picnic, but then I just thought like, oh, I don't know who this person is. So what if they kidnap me and they murder me or something? So a picnic would be nice, like sending out all that little stuff, and then you can just talk, and then like a walk through like somewhere like scenic, you know, and then you can just you walk it off, and um you get to see nice nature or something or nice scenery. And the other thing is
Mm.
you don't have to like make eye contact with them the whole time because you're focused on walking, and you can talk because I love to talk. Okay, I think that's just like the end goal is just to keep talking. And to
Mm.
me a first date is like, what's this person like, and can they can they converse with me well, because I am a notorious talker, as everyone watching the podcast can tell. Like, are
Mm-hmm.
they able to banter with me? Are they able to like, give me good reactions? Are they able to give me good and interesting thoughts? Are they able to be vulnerable and open up about themselves? Like, all these things are important to me, so that's what I would do on the first date. Picnic is not too much important to me. It can be a restaurant and then walking. Maybe I would like a
Mm.
restaurant better because picnic you gotta sit on the floor and there's no back support.
Mm. I think I prefer a seat where it's not sitting across from each other, but you're sitting like on two adjacent sides of the table. That's my preferred seating arrangement. So
Like if it's a square, you're each sitting next to the same edge.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's really specific and like
Because I think,
strange.
because if you sit like next to each other at the bar, then you need to like turn towards each other and you like gotta go like this. And then I don't really, but then if you're doing
You
the
want
adjacent
you want like an
sides,
in between. That's crazy.
yeah.
What about at a round table? Like it's a booth, but it's round like this. Where would you sit? Like close to facing each other? Like, I don't know. This is a
I
stupid
can't
question.
visualize
I'll bet
this.
you, I'll bet you whoever asked this question was not expecting us to answer it like this. Oh, I want to sit at a square table where each of us are at the same corner. That's your answer. No reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Um, Miss from Miss Quarter Curious Octopus. There was a semi-curious octopus and a Miss Quarter Curious Octopus. Um, when's a good time to move out of your parents' place? Um,
Hmm.
I think there's a few factors in this, okay? I think a lot of times when you grow up, you don't want to live under your parents' roof and their rules anymore, you know? So I think when you get to that point, that's a good time to move out. Another factor that may diminish the first factor is money. Do you have a lot of money saved up? And I know like a lot of people's parents will charge them rent, but obviously wherever you're living, it'll be at a very discounted price, right? So I think once you have enough money saved up, if you can keep living at your parents, like obviously if you go away for school, like you can't commute from one side of the country to go to school on the other side, like so that you have to move out. Or like you have to move for your job. Of course you're gonna have to move out. But if you're able to live with your parents, if you have enough money saved, and when I'm saying money saved, it's not just, oh yeah, like I have enough money in my savings. Like, do you have enough money to cover whatever money you're saving from being at your parents' place, right? Like emergency fund. Like imagine if you get into a car accident, you have to fix your car, or you get into and you get an injury, you have to have medical expenses. Like, are you able to cover that plus your rent, plus your amenity, like plus your utilities, plus your food, right? Like, think about it. Okay, are you in a spot to do that? Also, do you make good financial decisions? What's another factor, Philip?
I think you should listen to Maddie on this one because she is listing out things that I don't think about at all. So good for you, Maddie.
um, I
I
think
think,
the last factor.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think
Go
just
ahead.
move out when your parents like start giving you hints. Like, are you sure you should still
Yeah,
be
wait, that's
here?
another thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't the one I was about to say, but that is a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Um, I think the third factor, and I think about this sometimes, or recently at least, is like I'm not old. I'm still very young, okay, we'll say that. And I think part of me is like wondering, I'm like, do I need to get a move on with my life? Like start obviously if I moved out right now, I'd be able to live and like survive on my own. Like my mom does a lot of the chores around the house, but like I can manage. Like I can cook, I can clean. Um and uh sometimes I just think, is it time to grow up a little and for my personal growth, to take a step out of my comfort zone and move on. Move to a new place. Get a new job. Meet new people, right? Like if I think that's important for me to grow then or for you to grow then do it. But you have to balance those other factors, right? Like right now I'm not in a position, I don't make enough money to live in the area I do and be self-sufficient, and like my parents don't charge me rent. They happily have me in their home, and I'm like I have no reason to move out. Like I work very close to home and stuff like that. So those are all things that keep me here. And I am also very happy here. So you just kind of have to weigh all those factors. Am I missing a factor? Money, personal growth, job, you know, those things. So once you weigh those things, then you can calculate the correct time to move out, right? If you're feeling unhappy and like stifled at home, then maybe it's time to move out, and you can just eat the cost of money you haven't saved if it is really that important to your mental health and well-being. Anything else, Philip? I think we have time for one more.
Yeah. I think everything that Maddie is saying is good advice, but sometimes you just have to move out. Like it's not a decision or a choice anymore. It just has to happen. So, um, yeah,
You'll
one
know.
more.
You'll know when.
Yeah. Misdemeanor asked that is following K-pop idols and celebrities unhealthy?
I think it can get unhealthy. What do you think?
I
I think
think
you've followed them more recently than I have.
I think the communities can become unhealthy. I think if you have like an individual,
Mm.
um, if you yourself like, oh, I like this group, I like this person, like, I think that's fine. I think everyone needs a little bit of a Delulu escape when they're going through tough times,
Yeah.
So like when I first moved and I had no friends and I didn't know anyone, that's when I started getting into aespa. And I was like, oh my gosh, Karina, Winter. Like I didn't really pay
Yeah.
attention before that, but then afterwards I was like just dreaming. And I think it was a necessary phase to get me through, you know. But if you go on Twitter or whatever online, and then
Dude,
you
I
see
hate
all
Twitter.
those people gathering, all these people obsessed with
Yeah,
idols together
yeah.
gathering, I think that can be a very negative influence. So I think you should
I think
stay away from those fears.
I agree. It's a good escape sometimes. Like when I was in high school, I feel like there was a lot that I was unhappy about, or like I just didn't get fulfilled by a lot of things. But so I really liked K-pop, and it like kept my days full, right? Like watching their videos on YouTube, listening to their songs, buying their albums. It was kind of a hobby that kept me going. And I agree, the communities, dude, sometimes like people get into other people's business too much. Like these parasocial relationships is very unhealthy, you know? When, a K-pop idol is caught like smoking and you're like, how could you do this to us? Come on, man. Like, or they're caught at a club. Sure, maybe it's not like the greatest image for a celebrity, and they need to be a little bit more mindful. But like, you can't really take that personally, right? Like, they have their own lives. And then I agree. If you kind of keep it to yourself, it could lead more healthy. But I think when you dive too much into the delulu, that's when it becomes too unhealthy. Too parasocial. But it consumes too much of your life, of your headspace. If you're thinking about them all the time and you start neglecting your schoolwork or your real life relationships, or you spend too much money on it, that's when it gets unhealthy. So you really just have to clock a balance, and I think that's kind of the lesson here.
Yeah. You have to recognize that it's similar to a drug. Like, it's like a glass of wine. Okay, that's fine.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
I mean, we only spent 3 minutes on that, but the next one is a bit of a longer winded one. So we can just close it out here. I imagine it'll be around an hour
Okay.
by now.
Sounds good.
We appreciate your questions. Please put more if you thought of any during this episode. I apologize for my emotional outburst, but it was very real to me. Maybe that can be our clickbait for today.
That's funny.
Why? That's so rude.
Oh my gosh, Maddie.
Why is that? Why are you laughing at
And
me?
I can't believe that.
What, isn't it kind of sad?
It's not even the faces of the friends that made you cry. It was the word friends.
Because I have so many that I love. I'm not even joking. I didn't even think of one face. Like,
Really?
it's just everybody. Yeah.
Really. I was like, for me, like faces were flashing by. Like, oh my gosh, like, oh, this person.
No, I think the reason why, like, no particular face came up because I'm imagining because it said all your friends and peers. Like, all of them would be gone. My little loophole for that is, like, my sister is one of my closest friends, I feel like, so that would be okay. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm probably going to think about it before I go to sleep, and I'm going to cry more.
Oh, Maddie. Okay. Well,
I'm just an emotional person, okay?
Okay. I don't hate you.
I hate your opinion. I messed it up. I'm so sorry. Bye!
Bye.